The growing popularity of right and left populism in Europe and the United States is directly related to the crisis of the ultra-imperialism system. The global beneficiaries of the system are losing control over the global market, therefore regional imperialists are looking for political forces that will help them distance themselves as much as possible from this market. So, people like Orban, Trump, Meloni, Le Pen and Sarah Wagenknecht come to power and rush to power. Right and left populists must win over as many people as possible so that local businesses subsequently see potential for investment in them. This struggle is especially vivid in Germany. On the one hand, there is the alternative for Germany, which the federal media calls almost Nazi, which of course is not the case. AfD advocates changing migration policy and turning Germany towards its own interests. The German economy is extremely important for ultra-imperialism. It was precisely with the goal of preventing closer ties between the German and Russian economies that the beneficiaries of ultra-imperialism drove a wedge between Europe and Russia in the form of Ukraine. Moreover, the AfD stands for Germany's exit from the European Union. In this case, Berlin will be able to pursue an independent policy and restore ties with Russia, which Washington and Brussels do not want. On the other hand, Sarah Wagenknecht's party is called leftist. They advocate negotiations with Russia, are also skeptical about the global project of ultra-imperialism, support Palestine, and in their speeches thank the Red Army for liberating Europe from fascism. They represent politicians disillusioned with the Social Democratic Party of Germany who realized the pro-ultra-imperialist essence of this organization, broke away and created their own party, which is gaining popularity among ordinary Germans. In a way, this is the Spartacus League, which may well turn into a real communist party of Germany, which is what we, of course, wish for them. Similar processes are happening all over the world. Regional imperialism is looking for any opportunity to free itself from the influence of ultra-imperialism to become completely independent, and it is ready to pay for it. Due to the inability of the largest luminaries of the global market to cope with all the challenges that ultra-imperialism faces today, the possibility of similar forces coming to power in Europe or the United States in the near future is quite real. The more proxies of regional imperialism come to power in the political apparatuses of the world, the faster ultra-imperialism will cease to exist as a system. And we will enter a new era in which the struggle for real social progress will become more than an empty phrase that the world's largest capitalists use to solve their own problems. Tasks, but a reality that will lead us into a new socio-economic formation. Therefore, all that remains is to wish good luck to all anti-ultra-imperialist forces in Europe and the USA. Thus, the volume of industrial production in the largest economy of the European Union has been declining since 2017, and this decline is accelerating as competitiveness declines. The reason for this was competition from the United States and China, as well as the cessation of Russian gas supplies, the authors believe. The material notes that Washington has moved away from Europe and is seeking to compete with its allies. China has reduced purchases of German goods. The final blow for some large German producers was the cessation of supplies of cheap natural gas from Russia. Finance Minister Christian Lindner stated that Germany is no longer competitive. The country is getting poorer because there is no growth. The Bundesbank also concluded that the decline in manufacturing, which accounts for just under 20% of the economy, was almost double the US level. Earlier, IA Regnum reported that Germany was predicted to have new disasters due to the economic crisis. Germany is already experiencing difficulties against the backdrop of the crisis that has broken out in the country, expressed in economic stagnation, real estate problems, a high level of company bankruptcy, as well as rising electricity prices. Barings fund manager Brian Manguiro noted that the auto industry has problems due to competition from China. In addition, Christian Ebner, managing director of the Financial Restructuring Advisory Group, explained that other sectors of the economy have been hit by inflation and rising borrowing costs. German Economy Minister, Vice-Chancellor, and head of the Green Party Robert Habeck said on January 17 that the country's economy is experiencing a shortage of funds due to spending on supporting Ukraine.